Goshen Polinians. I'm Miss Lizelle from the Guidance Office. Today, I welcome you all in this webinar entitled Fight or Flight, Learning about Stress Management. So what is this topic all about? Basically, stress management will teach us the things or ways that we can do to cope or handle the stresses that we are experiencing from the challenges that we encounter in our daily lives. Okay, but before we start, let me show you the three main things or points that you will learn from this session. Of course, we'll not be able to learn the strategies without having a full understanding of the word stress. Have you encountered this word before? So in this session, we'll try to look into its basic definition. Second, identify its different types. And finally, we'll go on to the stress management techniques where you will discover other safe and healthy ways to release your stress. So let's get started. Okay. Let's think of our current situation right now. Okay. What do you feel in this new normal? From the changes and challenges that we are experiencing, how are we right now? Today, our activities become limited, like we can't do our usual routines anymore. Okay, like for now we can't go outside of our house, we can't go to the different places that we like, we can even meet and play with our friends outside. And of course, since we can't go back to school yet, we are in the comforts of our home to study for our online class. So what else? Now, we meet our relatives and friends who are apart from us through the different online platforms that we use, like we use Google or Zoom and other kinds of things to communicate with them. Because as what we can see, this is how the new normal works today. Perhaps from the situations that we are going through, somehow we can say that we are experiencing some kind of stress. So now let's define the word stress. What do you know about this? Okay. Stress is known as our body's normal reaction to a situation that are what? That are challenging and frightening. And when we are experience stress, our body is experiencing this kind of tension, which are emotional tension and physical tension. And when we feel like this, there are a lot of things happening to our body, like we feel tensions in our muscles, our heart beat fast than usual, our palms get sweaty or shaky, or we might even experience headache, stomach ache, or what they call butterfly in the stomach. Moreover, stress is also experienced when we feel these things, like when we are excited, when we are scared, tense, worried, or even pressured with something. Okay? Now, have you thought of any situation that you experience being tense or that you feel that you are worried or pressured? Okay, for example, what do you think that is your body's experiencing when you're running or doing an exercise? Okay, you might experience what? Faster heartbeat, of course, and you releases too much sweat, right? Okay, so when your bodies experience this kind of things, natitense ka, pinagpapawisan ka, nanginginig ka, just like what I have felt today, that means to say your body's experiencing some sort of what we call stress. Okay. Another one. This is your first time to take an online exam, diba? When you had your exam last week, maybe most of you felt tense, pressured, or you felt worried. Okay, with this example, we can say that not all kind of stress pala is bad. For example, you doing an exercise or running. Sometimes stress can be helpful too. Okay? Now I'll give you some trivia. Did you know that there are two kinds of stress, which is called good and bad stress? Okay, let's talk about more this two different kinds of stress. What is good stress? Good stress help us meet our daily challenges. Okay, for example, you are stressed out because you have a lot of things to accomplish or you have a lot of things to do for your school. Like, kailangan mo mag-aral for the exam. Okay, kailangan mo mag-aral for the quizzes or recitation in your class. Okay, nakaka-stress nga naman. This might be a stressful experience for you, di ba? But come to think of it, it is because of the stress that forced you to study and prepare the things that you need for your school. And why did you do this? It is because you wanted to fight or lessen the stress that you will experience in the future. Okay, another example is this. I know most of you are still adjusting to our online class setup. Some are might still learning to use their Google Classroom, logging into their Technokid accounts or to their Gmails. Some may not be familiar with all kind of these things. Okay, but did you ever realize that it is because of this situation or this stress that we were able to learn new skills? Ngayon, marunong na tayong gumamit ng Google Meet, ng Zoom, and marunong na din tayong gumamit ng Google Classroom. Okay, so thanks for the little stress anyway that you're being able to develop some new skills during this quarantine or pandemic. Okay, from all of these things, we can say that good stress can motivate us to work hard and to accomplish some of our tasks. But take note, okay, only right amount of stress will help us to do that because too much stress is bad for our health. Okay, so now let's proceed to the another type of stress, which is called bad stress. Okay, bad stress, okay, can bring negative impact or effects to our well-being. Why? Did you know that bad stress can also make us sick? For example, the crisis that we are experiencing right now, this is very stressful. Why? Because of this situation, it causes us to feel worried, scared, and of course, we're afraid that we might catch the virus because if that happens, we'll become sick. Thus, our bodies and health will suffer too. Another example of bad stress is this: bullying. Okay? Bakit? Because if you got bullied by someone, you will feel sad, worried, therefore you'll become stressed. Remember? Okay? Bad stress can have negative impact to your health. Okay. Okay, most of you know Riley from the movie Inside Out, right? We know a lot of things happened to Riley after they moved into their new house. But before, we've noticed that Riley shows good behavior towards her family, friends, and in her school. But not until the day but not until what she had experienced that they need to move into their new house. Okay, because of what happened, Riley had some difficulties coping up with the change or with the stress. Okay, so from that day on, she started to feel what? To become or to feel unmotivated. She doesn't like going to school. She doesn't want to talk with her parent that much. Okay, remember, she also even attempted to move away from their new house too. Okay, And so with these challenges that Riley had experienced, what do you think she did? Okay, how did she cope with the stress? Did Riley fight or flight? Okay, so let's talk about it more. What do we mean by fight or fighting? Okay, to fight means is to come up with a positive solution that helps you to overcome your stress. Okay, it means to say that you're acknowledging that you have a problem that is needed to be solved. Okay, and of course, you're able to think and do appropriate ways to solve your problems. Okay, on the other hand, flight means, okay, running away or to ignore or to move away from the stress that you are experiencing. Since you don't want to get stressed, therefore you tend to ignore it or you just do nothing about it. How about you? Okay, this is the question now. How about you? When you are stressed, okay, what do you do? Okay, do you respond to it or you just tend to ignore it? Okay, so now we already know that stress is already part of our daily living, like it is normal to be experienced, right? However, take note that if stress is prolonged or you experience a stress for a long period of time and you were not able to handle it properly, then this is what happens. Okay, or you may experience this kind of things, like you may experience to have frequent colds, flu, experience headache, you might have trouble in sleeping or trouble with digestion, or you can have frequent negative thoughts, poor concentration, and learning difficulties that will affect your studies. Okay, so what are the things that we can do about it? Kung nakakaranas tayo ng stress, kung nakakaranas tayo ng mga ganitong bagay, which is bad stress, what are the things that we can do? Okay, so this is where the good news comes in. There is what we call stress management that will teach us to how we can manage or handle our stress effectively. Now, let's go on to the tips and techniques on how you can beat your stress. Okay, this is it. Now, just take note of these letters. Okay, S, A, F, and E. Okay, for short, just need to remember the word safe. Okay, this is called safe technique. Okay, S stands for slow down. Okay, remember to calm yourself when you are stressed. Okay, when we experience some kind of bad stress, okay, what you can do is take a couple of a minute to take deep breath and use this technique, so-called, okay, finger breathing technique. Okay, so how it is done? Okay, now we will do some short activity here. Okay, to have this relaxation technique, you're just going to follow me, but before that, please find a comfortable place where you can sit. Okay, and as we do this one, you just need to follow me. So raise your left or right hand, okay, and stretch it like a star. Stretch your fingers like this, and we will do breathing technique with the help of our hands. Okay, so what you're going to do is use your point finger and place it outside of your or outside of this thumb or dito sa baba. Okay, so as you do this activity, we're going to breathe in as we trace our fingers up. Okay, let's do it together. Breathe in as you trace it up and hold your breath for about 2 seconds and release it. as you breathe out. Okay? Breathe in as you trace your fingers up. And as you pull it down, breathe out. Again, breathe in as you trace your finger up. And trace your finger down as you breathe out. Trace your finger up like this. And pull it down as you breathe out. Last one. Pull your finger up like this. And pull it down as you breathe out. Okay, so you can do this technique or relaxation technique at your home, okay? So if you want to feel relaxed, if you want to feel calm yourself, you may do this called finger breathing technique, okay? Okay, good. Next one. A for acknowledge. Okay, recognize your thoughts and your feelings. And next, you think of the things that what are the things that you can do after feeling like you're being stressed, you're being not good about yourself. Okay, think of the things or positive ways that you can do to solve your problem. But before you're going to do that, what the most important things that you will do first is to acknowledge or recognize your feelings, because when we are stressed, sometimes our mood is also affected. Okay, we tend to do mean things like we tend to shout to someone, we throw our things or do inappropriate things such as that. And if you think that you are being easily controlled with this stress, okay, with this feeling of stress, so you can apply this next technique, so-called the turtle technique. Okay? Just like a turtle is going inside of a shell. Bakit turtle? Why? Because just like what the turtle is doing, they are going inside of their shell, right? Okay. So what can we do is this. These are the things that we can do. Okay? You step back for a moment to think of your thoughts and your feelings. Okay? You can ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Na-stress ba ako? Am I being sad? Am I being tense or pressured with what is happening around me? Okay? Step back for a moment. And next, recognize your feelings. Okay? Afterwards, just like this one, just like the turtle who is ready to go out of his shell after calming oneself, the next thing that you can do is to think of the appropriate ways in order to solve your feeling of stress. Okay? So it is very helpful for us that we know what stresses us. But make sure to think of the appropriate ways for you to release it. Okay? Just like what our parents is telling to us, think before you react. Okay, so the magic word here is to stop for a while, think and reflect. Okay, F stands for find. Okay, whenever you feel that you're stressed, okay, whenever you feel that you're sad, you can always find someone you can talk to. Okay, it could be your families, your friends, okay? And also remember that your teachers, and of course us, your guidance facilitators and counselors, are here for you to help you, okay? There's nothing wrong with asking for help. You just need to approach us if you needed to. Okay, so for the last technique that we will explore is engage. Okay, E for engage. Engage yourself to the activities that you enjoy. you can do some of these things, like, okay, if you're enjoying reading a books, okay, if you are enjoying playing with your siblings or with your cousin, you can do that, okay. And you can also have a movie time, okay. What else? If you want to play musical instrument, if you can play guitar or piano, or if you can write stories, you can also draw, you can also do this singing or dancing, or you may even plant, okay. Some of us, we learn how to plant during the quarantine period, and these are some of the activities that we have done, okay. So let's have some review about the safe techniques that we can do in order for us to release our stress in more safe and healthy ways. And what are these things again? Okay, S for slowing down, A for acknowledge, F for find, and E for engage. Okay, so you can express your stress by slowing down, okay, acknowledging your thoughts, finding someone who can help you, okay, and engaging yourself to the activities that you like doing. Okay. And so to end this session, let me leave you with this quote or affirmation by Shane McClendon. Okay? You can also read it with me. Okay? Let's read it together. I will breathe. I will think of solutions. I will not let my worry control me. I will simply breathe. And it will be okay because I don't quit. Okay, with this, thank you for listening to me. I hope that you learned so many things about this topic about stress management. And when things got better, I hope to see you soon. Okay, so once again, thank you for listening, and always remember to keep safe.